how we doing, folks? It's Sunday night. It's half a dull in here. Hang on, let me adjust the light. And it is another scintillating episode of Audio Who. And tonight the five of us have decided to talk brass tacks with Colin Baker and Bonnie Langford in The Seeds of War. We have the Earth colony of Kalsos, who are at war with the Eminence. And, well, let's just say it's all on the Doctor's head. What do you think about it? Well, you're about to find out. But before we get to that, let's get to this. It's your panel for this evening. Doing a Monday morning. It's the Thunder from Down Under. AJ, how's it going, man?
Hi guys, how are you all?
Good to have you, mate. The Scourge of Tottenham. Phil, how goes it?
Good evening, Graham.
Good to see you, mate. Recovered from last night?
Not really, but I'm fine.
Oh, look, that's what happened when you pull an all-nighter. Whoa, from NYC, how goes it, mate?
Hey now, how you doing, everybody?
Good to have you, buddy. And down in the bowels of hell, taking a day's break from dispensing the rose of justice, is Precious Tim Wells. Timbo, how goes it, man?
Hello.
Good to have you, man. So, guys, the Seeds of War. Mel Bush and the Doctor stumble upon a situation whereby we have, as I mentioned, a Earth colony at war with the Eminence on the area of Kalsos. We have Beth Chalmers doing her best Chase Masterson impression as an anchor reporter, delivering the news. And we have seeds, crops, and all the rest of it in the background. What did we think? Open thoughts. All right, AJ, can I get your thoughts, please, on the Seeds of War? Colin Baker and Bonnie Langford.
Yeah, I like this story. There were little bits here and there where it sort of dipped up and down, action-wise. I like the part at the beginning where the Doctor's like going through his chest of junk and, you know, he's like pulling out 6 or 7 bags of jelly babies. I'm amazed that at that time that Doctor didn't just, you know, stuff a bag in his pocket because of how strict Mel was with his diet. I also like how he walks off and he's like, oh, you can put all that back now. I'm done. I'll see you. The Eminence was creepy and malevolent as always. And Mel, you know, a little bit more intelligent and chipper in this one than she was in the series, which is good. So everyone got to do something a little bit more than what they usually would have done. It was good to see, even the TARDIS.
Yeah, that's true. We have David Selby back for his second of 3 or 4 stints as the Eminence. Should point out this is a sequel to the Tom Baker story, Destroy the Infinite, in the 4th Doctor range. So the chronologic, even though it was recorded beforehand or something like that, we recorded it at sync anyway, but hey, that's big finish for you. Tim, open the first this one for you, please, mate. Seeds of War.
I thought it was a really good story. I like the Eminence. They're a suitably spooky villain, that an original villain for a big finish. And I think it's the idea that you inhale them somehow and they just take over your mind and body and you're just pretty much dead or something. Is interesting, unless you're the Doctor, of course. From the title, for some reason, I thought it was going to be an Ice Warrior story, so I was surprised. I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. It's a good story, and like AJ just said, everybody has something to do, so it's pretty good. The Doctor and Mel get along really well, and they're a great team. If I did find a fault in the story, it would be just the way and that it was written in part 4. I think the story just kind of ends with a conversation with Mel and the Doctor, and then moves on to the media person, pretty much giving a little happily ever after
epilogue type
and to me to me that doesn't really work in a full cast drama. I know this was written by Matt Fitton based on an outline by Nick Briggs. I think something might have fell through the cracks because you can do that kind of thing in a companion chronicle, but you don't end a full cast drama like that. It seemed kind of lazy, not lazy, but kind of just a sloppy way to do it. It didn't ruin it. It didn't ruin it at all, but it was just kind of like, I expected a bit more for an episode 4. You know what I mean? That's when everything's supposed to come together and, you know, be really good. And it just kind of petered out.
No, that's fair enough. That's a fair criticism. I'd probably agree with you on that. Well, open the first for you, mate. Seeds of War.
I like this is of course the third. You can say the third story of the trilogy between these 2 actors, and I like it very much. What's funny, you notice that in the beginning how the Doctor is being a little bit funny with Mel like that. But when they arrive on the planet, especially after they, you can say temporarily lost the TARDIS, he got very serious, especially when he knew the Eminence was there. was trying to take over his mind like that, and he got to be real serious after that, especially since on 2 occasions he has to put the crew in suspended animation.
Yeah.
And for the travel, and he wasn't playing around, especially when you saw in the 4th chapter how that robot grabbed Mel and it took her away, which it took a little bit, but when I realized what his name spelled out, I said I knew it was the doctor who's in a way summoned the robot to for she could be protected, which was pretty smart idea. I said that's I noticed that when he's serious, his ideas almost matches the 7th Doctor with his trickery and you could say almost savagery against his opponents. So that's a fool to think on like that.
Yeah.
It was sad that the old man who was the 2 people father,
Professor Taylor. Yeah. You get the cast there, Will?
Yeah. Hold on. Who was his name? Elkanah.
Yeah.
Elkanah John Banks.
Right, that's the professor, because they're the same name. Trelak was okay.
No, Helgert was the name of the professor.
There you go. That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, right. Stuart Organ.
Stuart Organ, right? Okay. And he played. Okay, that's fine.
He played more than one person. That's
he played. He played double, triple,
four people.
Yeah.
Helga, Kenneth, Trooper, Docking.
There you go. So good. You're right. Good outing for him.
It was a shock to see that a war has been raging for such a long time that the people on this planet was you could say starving to death like that, because the way the Doctor and Mel saw them as very skinny was a shocking thing to see, and that stood out real good like that. It was a good story. Like I can't wait to listen to the Tom Baker one to see how this story started, so to speak. So I look forward to hearing to that, because of the way, as Tim alluded to, it ended with the reporter giving her little epilogue, and of course you hear the imminent voice that he's going to return like that. So that really stood out. So we could talk more about other stuff later.
Yeah. Vowing his revenge, he will be back, and he shows up with Hello You and Dark Eyes too. Go figure. Phil, opening thoughts for you on this one, mate. You said this was one of your favourites, but what do you think?
It's one of my favourites, but I didn't get around to listen to it.
We'll forgive you for that. You're not exactly Adolf Hitler, but continue.
Yeah, but from what I remember, actually Will did bring up something that I did forget about in the 4th episode, about that robot and that using the code. Was it carrot juice?
Carrot juice 006.
Yeah. That was. I remember at the time listening to that, I couldn't work out what that code, what that was, and then obviously, as you find out, I was like, oh, that's very clever. That's clever. But I will say, I do like the beginning of the story where the tension is very much in that tower.
Before the collapse of the tower. Yeah.
Very good. I did like that part of the story. That always stands out for me. And I do find that Mel, in this story, she's given a lot more bollocks than what she normally has. For a
bollocks? Define bollocks.
She's more...
Chutzpah, bravery.
A lot more gumption to her.
Oh, she's got mad moxie. I thought you meant as in, she was out of bollocks. All right, no, continue.
No, I like her in this one because her characterization is spot on. She's a lot more. You can stand her a lot more in this characterization. As if before, she's very whiny, like no, she's not in there. She's very good.
She's not Scottish, Phil. Langford may sound that, but yeah.
But I like her in there. This is, I think, for her, this is a great vehicle for her.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, for me, enjoyable outing. As Phil alluded to, part 1, before the demolition of the tower, but very atmospheric and claustrophobic. When you get into part 2, you've got the situation on the Barrow's ship, heading back home after the events of the war, and they don't know what to make of both the Doctor and Mel. And then you have the whole situation with the starving colonists. They come on to try and hijack the ship and other after as a supply bay. Ooh, freaky. But there you go. So, and you've got the revelation whereby what transported the eminence for the Kalsos Tower? It was the Doctor all along.
Yes.
Go figure. Interesting. Well, not a twist if you've heard the first story, but it's a twist if you're hearing this out of order for
Which I think most people did, right? Because
Yeah.
this came out long before the Tom Baker
Exactly.
first story.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a big twist in this story, that it's the doctor that was carrying the thing the whole time. You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
You didn't see that coming.
Exactly. Recorded.
Nowadays, of course,
Yeah.
you could listen to them in order, but I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you get what I'm saying.
Yep. That's true. Yeah, this one was released. Was it released or recorded to the other one? It was either or. But this was the first one done either way. So interesting twist indeed, and a good tale for both the two leads. Right, guys. Any events or characters that stood out for you in this tale? Well,
besides the Doctor and Mel, because they always are standout characters in this storyline, I got the siblings stood out because one was in the military, and who just finished the war and wanted to go home.
Yep.
And the other one, the sister's the one taking care of the father, and she's giving him some of her rations for he could still live
stay
on.
alive. Yeah.
To stay alive. But you know, and it couldn't help it with he was an old man. He was stressed out.
The Barlow and how do you pronounce her name?
Cicerella.
Cicerella Travelak, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, Tevelers.
Travelers siblings. Who played them?
Okay, the Barlow was Ray Freeron, and the Cicerella was Oni Yuhiawa.
Holy crap! No name I'm familiar with there, but okay.
You look it up. You can look it up.
Nah, you're all right. Yeah.
But, another thing that was funny. This character stood out was the friend of the brother who went to the ship to steal, food like that to bring down. And what's funny, his character didn't come back in the other chapters of the story. He just did what he did.
He's food and fucked off, didn't he? What the fuck?
I thought he was going to come back near the end like that. To help them like that, especially after the dad died. But we never saw nothing about it. I didn't even know till after the story that Beth Chalmers was doing the voice of the TV reporter.
Yeah, that was so fucked up because it was Beth Chalmers doing her best Chase Masterson impression. It's like I said at the beginning of the fucking cast, I'm going, ooh, there you go. But of course, Falk will say it's nice to hear Beth Chalmers putting in a different voice apart from the one he's normal used to. So.
Yep.
Not wrong there. That's quite different from. I didn't even realise that was her myself, being the voiceover thing. So yeah, at least she disguised herself this time very well.
There you go. She's probably up with more doctors than fucking well was Sweden, but that's another matter for another day. Tim, let me start it for you, mate.
Well, I liked the like Will mentioned, the family was very well done. I mean, it was very realistic in a way, and it was really tragic when the father died. But one cool thing was that almost immediately they introduced a character who was a friend of his on the other, the other planet or whatever.
Yep.
And he was almost the same kind of character. I mean, the same. They were both ecological scientist guys.
Symmetry at one another. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that idea too of the tree museum. Where they go to get the seeds. They store the seeds. Yeah, that you need to keep civilizations going or whatever. And it sounds like kind of a hippie idea, but of course Mel brings up a Joni Mitchell song, which she quotes from to talk about a tree museum. So it's pretty clever use of a modern day poem or whatever.
Oh yeah, Big Yellow Taxi.
There you go. Yeah.
I forgot that was Joni Mitchell.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun this episode. I think it was a good story. I think that the way it ended was a bit awkward.
All right, Matt. Phil, what about you? Anything stand out, Matt?
What stand out? Like I said, the tower collapsing thing, the whole of that stood out for me. The family, the father and the daughter, and then that comes back from the war. They were okay, but I did find the father a little bit irritating, to be honest.
Hence why he was bumped off in part 3, Phil.
There you go. And that's me justified. As well as did Mel break her leg or something along the way?
It was great, but the medical bay on the ship on part 2 fixed it.
That's right.
The tower fell on top.
So I like the fact that when they kept him prisoner on board the ship and she was trying to persuade him that he's not the baddie of the thing. Oh, even though that we found out he is.
That's not through his fault. That's because he breathed in the breath of life from the eminence.
No one's really touched on the eminence. The eminence as a whole is a very good new kind of creature.
Yes.
And as we've alluded to, they appear in various other stories along the way. And I think my best one with them would be actually. What's that one with Molly in the desert? Is that the Dark Eyes one?
Yeah, but remember, because that's the 8th Doctor. He faced them 7 times.
That would be the one. No, that's the one where Alex McQueen's master's got the gunslinger coming into town, isn't it? Yeah.
That story.
Eyes of the Master?
Yeah.
No,
the
one after that.
The Death of Hope.
There you go, that's the one.
That's the one. I liked it. I liked them in that. They were very good. Oh, also the one where they have that tarantula type creatures. It's in the same box set, really. But
I'm watching into part 4, where it's found out Molly helped
the
create
Rival.
them.
The Rival.
The Rival. That's it. Yes.
Yeah.
It's
safe to say, out of the 16 stories in Dark Eyes, there are about 12, 11 of them. So, you know.
Yeah. Overall, they're a good villain, and I would like to see them have more than. I know they've been defeated in a sense, but I'd like to see them come back again.
They can always come back.
Yeah, of course.
Nothing's ever really over. AJ, how about you?
Yeah, I got a couple of things. I like how Mel asked the Doctor why did they build the Tower of Kalsos, why it was so big and wide and all that. The Doctor's like, basically, because they could. Why else would they? I also, I've got to praise the sound design for this story. It was very cinematic in the way it was, with Tower collapse.
Yep.
Because everyone was still audible and the sound was just at the right level. It was just perfect. Also, I like how the computer starts talking randomly about the eminence, like nonchalantly, throughout, its thing at the beginning with the Doctor.
There's diagnostics, yeah.
Yeah, and the last thing with Mel in the elevator thinking that, as the elevator plummets, at the very last second they jump and they'll survive.
Yeah. Despite
the fact that, because you'll be falling slower than the elevator because you're way less, so that technically you'll be floating in the elevator.
Excellent. Good stuff, man. Yeah, man, a few of the stuff that I enjoyed this has already been covered with the guys. I'm getting back to the idea of the suspended animation on the spaceship, obviously taken from well-known movies like Aliens and all the rest of it, Twice in the one story, okay, but it had an end to the means. Thankfully, no one was impregnated. What else did we have? We had Colin Baker's Doctor, in a sense, showing some resolve. That as a result of the hibernation, he was able to obviously gain control back and somewhat trick the Eminence at the same time until he got done with the character's robot and the wee administration guy downstairs. I must say, I felt sorry for when big bad possessed Barlow came crashing into his sector and was banging him across the desk and all the rest of it looking for the seeds.
I feel sorry for the old man. He didn't get to get his cup of tea.
Yeah, exactly. The poor robot. He never gets He never gets his Earl Grey tea either. No, that was unfortunate. He really must fit out of form. I was really looking forward to that tea. Yeah, well, there you go. Tough shit. Just start the self-destruct. And let's get the hell on with this. Yeah, so, Barlow's demise, obviously unfortunate, but at the same time, somewhat heroic. He was able to save his sister, put her back in the animation chamber, and that was somebody left. And their father's institute was kept going, obviously, by his sister. So, fair play. Noble sacrifice in the end, if albeit a stupid one. Can't grumble. The title of the story, The Seeds of War. Considering the seeds were basically a way of survival, if you like, the crops and all the rest of it. Not a bad title, but it's not as if they were ever they only ever were battling air food supply. Not everybody technically knew about these seeds, obviously because it was on another planet. Just a wee mind the gripe, but that's just me. I might be griping completely or nothing there. Other than that, I can't complain. Good outing. And with that, kids, open mic portion of the cast. Anything else you want to bring up regarding this tale before we get it rated and in the can?
No, go ahead.
What is the Eminence's motive though for what they're doing? I mean, like you said, they don't need seeds. They don't need. Why are they attacking this civilization unless they just want to control the universe? Or something?
I believe they want to. What is it they do again? I think they've got to. It's not. The term's not possess, is it? What is it they do? Engulf? Oh, crap.
Well, that's what I mean. They're interesting villains, and they're very spooky. But I mean, mainly because they just possess somebody and just take their body over. And that's always interesting. But I mean, at the end of the day, why are they at war with this particular
colony?
Colonies. Yeah, it just doesn't seem to add up to anything. What do they really want? You can see why they want the Doctor. Yeah. He's already had them in his head. He holds them back, or he holds them at bay, apparently. But I mean, until they trick him or whatever, he tricks them back or something. But it's kind of you have to wonder what they want. What is it exactly these guys want?
Isn't it just a case of subjugation of any race?
Well, it could be that, but what you've got to remember is, considering this was the first story recorded with him, albeit it was the second story chronologically, it could be one of the ones whereby they just had the eye and all the bugs, dotted the I's and crossed the T's yet with regards to this villain. I mean, when you get to the next time they appear, which is season 2, story 4 of Dark Eyes 2, which is Eyes of the Master. You know, McGann's Doctor unleashes the knowledge about time travel to thwart Alex McQueen's master. So I think it's just a case of one of the villains with Big Finish where they gave it more padding as they went along. I could be wrong, but if somebody,
maybe there's a clue in the 4th Doctor story that we'll notice that gives you a more background to what they are, what they want, I guess.
There you go. Right, else, guys.
I like it how Mel is still looking for the mythical swimming pool in the TARDIS.
Oh, yeah.
I still wish that yellow crab, but nah, I'm only kidding. Never mind the yellow taxi, remember yellow crab,
Aww.
And else, guys?
Well, to Philip's point, I think Mel is always good on audio. I don't think there's been a dud with her yet. I think if you remember the TV episode she was in, that was pretty badly handled from their viewpoint. But as far as the audio, she's a very likable character. They've turned her into a really good companion for the 6th Doctor. I think that's cool.
I think the only one you had initially back a while back, Tim, and it wasn't because of Mel. I think it was just because of the story was Red. Sylvester McCoy.
I didn't care for that one. I think the subject matter was a bit disturbing.
Snuff movies. Yeah, let's put that on audio and see how it goes. Yeah, you know.
Oh man.
But
I don't know what they were smoking that day. Yeah, you know. Yeah.
I think Mel works a lot better with 6 than she does with 7. That may just be because there's more of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Fair enough. Now, guys.
I like how Mel thinks the Doctor can basically do anything, and she keeps saying that throughout the story.
Overpraise,
He'll say he can do anything. He walks on water.
Stop making promises on my behalf, you little bitch. C'est la vie, sexy. Okay, I'm getting the warning here, so right now, guys. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my God. You should have locked the room.
Sue, you're going to have to make it quick. I've got 9 minutes here. Quickly.
Hello.
You're going to have to make this quick. What did you think of this story? We're on the last countdown.
Okay, I really loved it. It was really interesting. Mel Bush is once again the brilliant scientist that she always was, and I loved how she was really in charge of the thing, and so that was really awesome.
Okay, cool. Anything stand out quickly, character-wise?
Well, Mel, I mean, Bonnie Langford did a really kicking job at this time, and I'm really enjoying her connection with the 6th Doctor. It was just rich. It was really rich.
Okay, champion. Sorry to rush you, but as I say, we're doing to the wire here. Right, guys, it's that time again.
To wait for the return of Preacher.
There we go. It's tonight. Tonight. It's kick-ass, and we can't fucking wait. Go to her. Okay. The Seeds of War. Colin Baker and Bonnie Langford. Okay, Sue, what do you get out of 10?
I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Awesome job for and really a good listen. It was really interesting. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for the quick cameo, dearie. Timbo, what do you get out of 10, man?
I'll give it an 8. It's an excellent story. It's very well done. I just do think that the way it was written is a bit sloppy, but that doesn't take anything away from the story itself. Very good story.
Good man. All the way from Tottenham. What's the number, Tom? Phillips?
You know what? Because I know that the Eminence, I'm representing other stories better than this one. I'm going to give this one maybe a 7.5 because I felt a bit weak than the other stories that the Eminence appearing.
No problem. Well, what's the view for MYC, mate?
Well, I haven't heard the other Eminence stories, but I'm not going to compare those if I did to this one. So I'm going to give this one an 8.5. It's a good team up with Colin Baker and Mel, but I look forward to other audios with those two teaming up.
Okay, and down under, AJ, what's the number?
I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. It was a decent story, but like they said, it was kind of a little bit sloppily written.
Okay, mate. Excellent. And for me, I'll concur with that. Go a wee bit higher. I'll get a 7.5. Decent outing for Sexy and Mel. And the Eminence isn't better stories down the road, so we look forward to tackling them. And even going back to see how it all began with Tom Baker down the road. So guys, done, dusted, in the can. Finito. We are just left to say, next week, we are back. We will be feeling great with another story with Doc number 8. As we wrap up his trilogy with Julie Cox's Mary Shelley and Phil.
It is called Army of Death, number 155.
Philip did not even move his lips. Thank you, Philip. Army of Death. Story 155. Look forward to tackling that and wrapping up each outing with Mary Shelley. And we hope you can entertain us and have a listen at that. As always, guys, check out our mates in the wonderful wackety world of YouTube. You've got the guys and dolls there at Geeks Assembled. You've got Dr. Freedom and his daily news broadcast and his Amiga file. As well as the adventures of Dr. Freedom and Eric. You've got Sue there with Taldus Blue Radio, Johnny Blues, Sammy Carter, Harry with Doctor Who Use, Mike Shannon, whenever he's online. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thumbs up, thumbs down, leave a comment. For the 8 of you to watch us, hell, just do what you want, I don't care. And with that, you're getting the hell on out of here. Always a pleasure. To the panel, good to see you, and we'll see you next week. Philip, I'm going to wrap them up, you're stuck time. And with that, we're off. Have a good week. Get on to yourself and each other. Now, Philip, you may type. Good night, folks.